For 3 straight years, Arsenal finished second. 3 straight years of watching someone else lift the trophy at the end of May. And this year, they might finally do it. Or maybe not. Because what's happening in Arsenal right now isn't just a football story. It's a story about pressure, about fear, about a club that's so close to greatness, it can taste it, and so scared of failing again. And you can see it in their eyes every weekend. Today I want to tell you why Arsenal can't win the league, why keep finishing second, and why this season might be the one that finally breaks the curse or breaks the team forever. Let's get into it. To understand what's happening in Arsenal, we have to go back to 2019, because back then Arsenal were not a team chasing the title. Arsenal were a joke. 8th in the league, no identity, no squad, no future. The Emirates was half empty most weekends. Players like Mesut Ozil was collecting massive paychecks and walking through games like they didn't care. The club had lost its soul. The same club that went unbeaten in 2004 was now barely making the Europa League. And then they hired Mikel Arteta. Now, nobody understood this hire. Arteta has never managed a team in his life. He was Pep Guardiola's assistant at Manchester City. That's it. Arsenal fans were furious. They wanted a big name, a proven coach. Instead, they got a 37 years old who never sat in the big chair. But Arteta had a plan. He came in and tore the club apart. He sold the legends. Aubameyang, the captain, he stripped him of the armband and shipped him out. Ozil, the highest paid player, he froze him out completely. He brought young players nobody had heard of. Gabriel Martinelli from Brazil, Saka from the academy, Martin Odegaard from Madrid. He drilled them every single day. He set rules, standards, nothing was tolerated. And by 2022, Arsenal were back. Top 4, Champions League football, young team, bright future, the fans believed again. And then 2022-23 happened. That season, Arsenal led the Premier League for 248 days. Almost the entire year. They were 5 points clear in March and 8 points clear at one point. Manchester City were chasing them. Pep Guardiola was looking nervous for the first time in years. The whole country was watching this young Arsenal team and thinking, wait, they might actually do this. And then they collapsed. It started with a draw at Liverpool, then a draw at West Ham, then a draw at home to Southampton. Yes, Southampton, who got relegated that season. And just like that, City and Arsenal had the same points. Then came the game that broke them. Arsenal versus Manchester City. April the 26th of 2023. If they lose, it's over. City won 4-1. It wasn't even close. Kevin De Bruyne tortured them, as well as Erling Haaland. Arsenal looked like a team that they knew. They knew they weren't ready. They knew that the bigger team had finally arrived. After the game, Arteta walked off the pitch with his head down. Saka was crying. Odegaard couldn't even look at the camera. And in the dressing room, according to people who were there, nobody spoke for 20 minutes. City won the title. Arsenal finished second with 5 points behind. But the Arsenal fans told themselves that it was okay. They were young, they were learning. Next year would be theirs. So they came back stronger, smarter. Arteta sat in the office the whole summer and asked himself one question. Why did we lose? And the answer was simple. We weren't tough in jaw. So he went out and bought Toughness. He bought Declan Rice from West Ham for over £100 million. He bought Kai Havertz from Chelsea. He bought David Raya. The squad got older and stronger. And the results showed. That season, 2023-24, Arsenal lost only 5 games all season. They had the best defense in the league. They beat Liverpool. They beat Chelsea. They beat United. They finished with 89 points. In any normal season, 89 points wins you the league. But in any normal season, that's a Champions total, but City finished with 91 points. 2 stupid points. Arsenal had drawing games that should have won. A draw at home to Fulham, a draw at home to West Ham, a loss at Aston Villa where the goalkeeper made a mistake. Tiny moments. And those tiny moments cost them the league. City lifted the trophy again. Their 4th in a row. Pep Guardiola made history. And Arsenal, 2nd place again. And now Arsenal fans started getting nervous.
He's not gonna win us nothing! Absolutely nothing!
Then came last season, 2024-25, the third attempt. This was supposed to be the year. Saka in his prime, Odegaard captaining the team, Saliba and Gabriel, the best centre-back pair in the world. The system was perfect, and then the injuries came. Saka with his hamstring in December, out for 3 months. Odegaard sprained his ankle, out for 2 months. Gabriel Jesus with his ACL, out for the season. Calafiori, the new signing, kept breaking down. Tomiyasu, the same. Half of the squad was on the treatment table. But the worst part wasn't the injuries. The worst part was what happened in the boardroom. In the middle of the season, Edu Gaspar, the sporting director, the man who built the squad with Arteta, suddenly resigned. Out of nowhere, nobody saw it coming. The club was in chaos. The January transfer window came and went, and Arsenal didn't sign a single player, while City were strengthening the team, as well as Liverpool, but Arsenal stood still, and on the pitch, the cracks started showing. Arsenal dropped 21 points from winning positions that season. 21! That's not a title-winning team, that's a team who doesn't know how to close. They do be up 1-0, then 1-1, then 2-1 down. Game after game. The same script. They didn't know how to manage games. They were creative, they were beautiful to watch, but when it came to the dirty work, the late winners, the boring 1-0s, they just couldn't do it. And meanwhile, Liverpool were running with it. Arne Slot, the new Liverpool manager, was doing everything Arteta couldn't. Liverpool weren't even the best team. Arsenal were better on paper, but Liverpool finished games. Liverpool got the result. And in May, Liverpool lifted the trophy. Arsenal, second again. 3 years, 3 second place finishes. The first club in English football history to do it in 3 times in a row in the modern era. I mean, that's crazy. Quick thing before we continue. Videos like this take a lot of time to make. After the support I got from the first video, I got excited and hired a video editor. And that costs money. So I started with Patreon for anyone who wants to support the channel. Please don't feel pressured. You watching this video alone is the biggest support I could ever ask for. There are 3 tiers, and I will be putting supporters' names in every single video. Now, let's go back to the story. So here's the question everyone is asking. Why does this keep happening? The answer is uncomfortable for Arsenal's fans. The first reason is simple. They don't score enough goals. Arsenal have the best defense in the league for 2 straight years. They conceded less than anyone. The shape is perfect. The pressing is perfect. But the attack, it dries up. Every February, every March, the goals stop coming. They draw games they should win. They miss penalties. They have all this beautiful possession, and at the end of the game, the score is 0-0. They never bought a real striker. That's the truth. Havertz isn't a striker. Gabriel Jesus is always injured. Nakita was sold. They had all this money and kept buying midfielders and defenders. Meanwhile, City had Haaland scoring 30 goals every season. Liverpool had Salah. Arsenal had nobody. And in a title race, you need somebody who scores in the games that matter. And Arsenal didn't have that guy. The second reason is the boardroom. Edu Gaspar resigning in the middle of the season was a disaster. The man who built the squad just walked out. And the people upstairs at Arsenal, the owners, they didn't replace him fast enough. They didn't act. They didn't sign players. They saved money. While City were spending, as well as Liverpool, but Arsenal were quiet. And quiet doesn't win titles. There is a saying in football, to win the league, you need to be ruthless in every department. Ruthless on the pitch, ruthless in the dressing room, ruthless in the transfer market. But Arsenal were ruthless on the pitch, but the boardroom was sleeping, and it cost them. And the third season, the one that nobody wants to talk about, is mental. Arsenal don't know how to win when it matters. They can lead for months. They can play beautiful football. They can beat the best teams in the world on their good days. But when the pressure hits in April and May, something breaks. You can see it in the players' eyes. Saka stops dribbling, he plays it safe. Passes backwards. Odegaard stops creating, he drops deeper and hides. The defense that it's so calm all season suddenly makes basic mistakes. I mean, I could do better. It's the same pattern every single year. Same thing, same way. Like the team has a curse. And it's not the players' fault. Like, really. They are young. Most of them have never won anything. They don't know what it feels like to cross the finishing line. And every time they get close, the weight of the moment crushes them. Compare that to City. Compare that to Liverpool. Those teams have winners everywhere. De Bruyne, Walker, Silva, they have won everything. Van Dijk and Salah, they know how to handle April and May. Arsenal don't have that. Arsenal have a full team of talented kids who never did it it yet. So that brings us to right now, to this season 2025-26, the fourth attempt, and there is the strange thing. This season, Arsenal started like a different team. They didn't just win games, they destroyed teams. They were playing the best football in Europe. Eze, the new signing, was scoring goals nobody could believe. The whole club felt different. And in the league, they built up a 6-point lead with 3 games to go. 6 points. 3 games. That should be enough. That has to be enough. But there is the thing. Manchester City have 2 games in hand. And if they win both, that lead disappears. If Arsenal slip up even once, it could all fall apart again. And Arsenal have already started slipping. They lost to Bournemouth a few weeks ago. They lost to Manchester City at the Etihad. Same opponent, same place, same result. They lost the Carabao Cup final to City at Wembley a couple of months back. The same pattern that has haunted them for 3 years, it's showing its face again. You can see the nerves. You can see Arteta at the touchline kicking water bottles, shouting at his players, looking like a man who has been here before, because he has been 3 times. So what happens next? I see 3 possibilities. Possibility 1, Arsenal holds on. They win 2 of their last 3 games, City slip up, and in May, Mikel Arteta finally lifts the Premier League trophy. The cruise is broken. The club is reborn. Years of pain disappear in a beautiful evening. The Emirates erupts, and Arsenal become the champions for the first time in 22 years. Possibility 2, they collapse. Again, they draw a game they should win. They lose to a team they shouldn't lose to. City win all their matches, and in May, Pep Guardiola lifts another trophy. Arsenal finished second for the 4th season in a row. The fans cry, the players cry, and the club faces a real question. Is this team built to win, or are they built just to come close? Possibility 3, and this is the one that I actually think will happen. They win it, but it's brutal. They scrape past their 3 last games, they drop points somewhere, the race goes to the final day, City wins their last match, Arsenal need a result. Some kid scores in the 89th minute, the Emirates explodes. They win the title by 1 point, by goal difference, or by the smallest margin in the Premier League history. After 3 years of heartbreak, Arsenal finally do.
History makers! Arsenal are back!
Because that's how football works. The teams who suffer the most usually deserve the title. And Arsenal have suffered enough. Listen, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm not against them either. I just love football. And what's happening in this club right now is one of the most dramatic stories in football history. A young team, a young manager, 3 years of pain, and 1 final chance to fix it all. This season is coming to end. And whatever happens, it will be remembered. Either as the year Arsenal finally returned, or the year they proved once and for all that some clubs are just built for the 2nd place. That's the truth nobody at the Emirates want to admit. But that's why Arsenal always finishes the 2nd. And that's why this season changed everything. Subscribe.